Anna, there's something I want to talk to you about today. Do you show appreciation to your husband, Derek? Of course, I always appreciate Derek. But from what Derek tells me, it doesn't seem like your gratitude is coming through. Do you really understand how hard he's working? What do you mean specifically? I always appreciate Derek and respect his hard work. Do you really get it? Derek is always the first to arrive at work and the last to leave. Do you understand how dedicated he is? I know Derek works very hard. I truly appreciate that. Your appreciation isn't enough. Derek has always been exceptional since he was a child. He was always at the top of his class and respected by his teachers. You should be more proud and grateful to have someone like him. I understand Derek is exceptional, but I believe mutual respect is crucial in our marriage. How can you say that? Do you really understand how amazing Derek is? You need to recognize how much effort he puts into working for the family. I do recognize his efforts, but we have our own way of doing things. Let me ask you something. Do you listen to Derek about his new job? Of course. We talk a lot about his new projects and I enjoy listening to him. That's good, but he seems to be a bit stressed lately. Are you really supporting him properly? Yes, I'm doing everything I can. Derek works so hard for the family. You should make sure he can relax more. For example, create an environment at home where he doesn't have to worry about anything. Yes, creating a relaxing environment is important, so we try to lighten each other's burdens. We also make sure to have a relaxing time together on weekends. We watch Derek's favorite movies and share hobbies together. That's good, but you should help more with housework. So when Derek comes home tired, he doesn't have to worry about anything. Of course we share the housework, and I always prepare a warm meal when he comes home. I'm making an effort to ensure he can relax. By the way, about your family, I've heard some bad things. Did you grow up in a proper household? My family? What do you mean? I heard your parents aren't very good people. I'm worried that someone raised in that environment can be a proper wife. My parents are very good people. I don't know what you've heard, but it's offensive to say that. And one more thing. You should be careful about your friends. I've heard you have friends who aren't suitable for Derek. Stop interfering with my friends. I have my own social circle and I want you to respect that. You don't understand. As Derek's wife, you should live with more dignity. If you can't do that, you're just useless. But I can't stand having my parents or friends insulted. Just make sure to be a wife worthy of him. Anna, I have some news. What's going on? Well, I visited your house today. What? You came to our house? You should have told me in advance. You live in a very nice house, don't you? What? You came today? I didn't know. It's because you don't communicate properly with your husband. Even though we came, you didn't try to entertain us. Isn't that just common sense? I'm sorry, but I didn't hear anything about it. Don't you talk with Derek? It's not right, living in such a nice house. Not even bothering to listen to your husband. You're like the epitome of a bad wife, aren't you? What do you mean? Anna, who do you think you owe for living in such a nice house? What? Of course it's thanks to Derek. That's right. But you should be more grateful. Do you really understand how hard he works to provide you with this wonderful life? I told you this before, didn't I? Well, yes, I am grateful. You say that, but you need to show it through your actions. You should be grateful to Derek, of course, but also to us, his parents, and to his sister. You owe your current lifestyle to our entire family. I don't understand what you're saying. That's why you're hopeless. You can't understand the conversation and you can't read the room. You lack respect for your in-laws. You don't have to go that far. Mother-in-law, you're misunderstanding a lot. Maybe you misunderstood Derek's words. What misunderstanding? About the house and other things? So, what are you trying to say? If you have something to say, just say it clearly. All right, I'll say it clearly. You're my mother-in-law, but you have no right to say such things to me. That's my house. Oh my God. I've heard about it from Derek, but I didn't expect it to be this bad. What are you talking about? You think everything Derek owns is yours? It's fine to share things as a couple, but don't you feel ashamed forgetting that you live thanks to Derek? Ashamed? What? A wife who can't even appreciate her husband is a worthless failure. Derek isn't even happy because he married someone like you. Why don't you just leave? What? Leave the house? Yes. Derek said he feels more relaxed when he's with us. So, wouldn't it be better if we lived together? No, I don't think that's true. Why not? We've already refused to live together, and I don't think it's going to happen. That's not for you to decide. What? It's for Derek, the homeowner, and us, his family, to decide. You're just an accessory, right? I don't think that's correct. As I said before, the house is mine. Talking to you gives me a headache. What a coincidence. Me too. What did you say? How rude. I won't consider you a daughter-in-law anymore. You're not even family. I see. You're not related by blood, so you should just leave. Why don't you go somewhere else? By the way, please make sure to inform me next time you come to our house. I'd like to know as well. Just ask Derek. It's not my concern. I suppose that's true. Well, I have nothing more to say to you. Goodbye. Oh, running away? Fine, but remember this. We are family, and you are just an outsider. Your current lifestyle is thanks to Derek's generosity. Don't think you can manage on your own. That's not true. I've come this far on my own, and I'll continue to do so. If that's what you think, do as you please. But one day, you'll regret it. You'll realize we were right. I won't regret anything. I will cherish my life and move forward on my own. That's my belief. How arrogant! Without Derek, you'll realize you can't do anything. Derek is a wonderful person, but I'm also an independent person. We will continue to support each other. Let's see how long that confidence lasts. In any case, I don't expect anything from you. Do as you please. But if you make Derek unhappy in front of me, I won't forgive you. Remember that. Yes, Helen. Goodbye. Hey, what's going on? Why didn't you tell me beforehand? What are you talking about? It's a problem if you don't tell me. I said, what are you talking about? Why did you invite your family over without telling me today? What do you mean by without telling? It's not a big deal. They're family, so they can come over whenever they want. You don't have to be so concerned. Yes, it is a big deal. If you're going to invite someone over, at least let me know in advance. I need to prepare, and it's a hassle when people come over suddenly. We should discuss things about the house together, right? You're my wife, so stop complaining. You keep complaining about everything I decide, and that's why Mom calls you a bad wife. You just need to follow my lead. That's your role as a wife, right? How can you say that? Are you acting tough because your family came over today? You've no right to call me a bad wife. Whose house do you think this is? This house belongs to both of us. And you can't just make decisions on your own. Anyway, I'll invite my family over whenever I want. I'm the head of this house, so there's no problem, right? It doesn't matter what you say. You're really a bad wife if you don't like my family coming over. What? Head of the house? In what way? You don't contribute financially, so don't call yourself the head of the house. Don't make me laugh. I'm the one working and supporting this house, yet you call yourself the head? Well, you don't have to go that far. I know I'm not working right now, but I'm still the man of the house, right? I'm saying this because you don't seem to get it otherwise. Do you want to be kicked out? Know your place. Well, I didn't expect you to get this angry. From now on, please let me know beforehand, okay? It's troublesome when you make decisions about the house without consulting me. I have my own preparations and plans. Yes, I understand, but... But what? Say it clearly. Nothing. You have an overseas business trip next week, right? Yes, why? Are you planning to invite your family again while I'm gone? If you do, let me know in advance, okay? I don't want any surprises while I'm away. Got it. All right, see you later. Let's cooperate more and work things out together. Hey, I have some good news. It's the best thing that could happen to me. Helen, what's going on? Well, I'm really sorry, but you don't have a place to come back to anymore. Surprised? That's sudden. What are you talking about now? We decided to move while you're on your business trip overseas. What? Do you hate living with me that much? But your husband decided this. There's nothing you can do about it. I don't understand what you're saying. What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. Could you please explain? Your husband invited me, his parents, and his sister to live here. So I threw away all your stuff. We're going to live here as a family, so we don't need your belongings. What? You threw my stuff away? How could you do that? Yes, we decided to live together. But you're free to leave. You don't want to live with us, right? Then you don't need to come back to this house. You decided to live together without asking me. And you threw away all my things? What were you thinking? It doesn't matter. If you don't like it, don't come back from your trip. It's unbelievable how selfish you are. If you really wanted to live with your family, you should have invited us in from the start. You could have just invited Derek to live there. Problem solved. We have a nice house here, so we sold the old one. Thanks to Derek, we get to live in a nice house, so it's great. So we don't need your stuff anymore. You threw away my belongings? Unbelievable. Throwing away someone else's things without permission? Are you out of your mind? No normal person would do that. The crazy one here is you. Ignoring my son Derek and living it up overseas with his money. His money? Living it up overseas? I'm on a business trip. It's suspicious how often you travel. A mere housewife traveling so much? Well, we don't need you anymore. You're done. I see. Derek invited us to live here. He said he wants to live with his family, so don't come back from your trip. All right, I won't come back. Yes. Rest assured, I'll never come back. You'd better start looking for a new place, though. What? Why? We have Derek's house, so we're fine. You should worry about yourself. Fine. Then I won't worry about you anymore. Good luck on the streets, you trashy family. Rude woman! Don't you dare come back. Of course I won't. You'll regret what you've done very soon. Anna! Why aren't you answering your phone? It's an important matter. Pick up the phone. What's going on? Just answer the phone, will you? What is it with all these missed calls? Answer the phone. Derek has also been calling, but I'm not answering. There's a time difference here, so it's rude to call at this hour. I can't believe you're calling at this time. There are strangers at the house. What's going on? What happened? Why are so many people coming here? Why? Because the house has been sold. What? You sold the house? What are you talking about? To be precise, I gave the go-ahead to the real estate agent we had been talking to. What nonsense are you talking about? You sold the house? I haven't heard anything about that. I've been thinking about it for a while. With the divorce coming, I thought I'd sell it quickly. Divorce? What? So what if you're divorcing? Why do you get to sell the house? It's obvious. Ask your son. He should know. The house is in my name, so of course I can sell it. Wait a minute. I don't understand. I wasn't told anything about this. I told Derek to explain it properly. Maybe his pride got in the way. I don't know. So this house is really yours, Anna? Not Derek's? That's what I'm saying. How could an unemployed man afford a house? What? Unemployed? You mean to say he didn't tell you that crucial detail either? Wanting to live with family but not knowing the reality? That's just sad. That's not the point. How is Derek unemployed? Why didn't you tell me something so important? Me? If Derek's pride stopped him from telling you, you should have done it for him. Isn't that your role as a wife? Role? I don't care anymore. We're divorcing and we're no longer related. Do you think it's any use arguing? Arguing? What do you mean? What are you going to do now? What do you mean? The house is already in the process of being sold to the real estate agent, so you need to leave. And I'm cutting all ties with you and your useless son forever. End of story. Wait, where are we supposed to live? We moved in thinking we'd be living here. That's your problem to figure out. It's not my concern. I had already discussed selling the house, and I'm not responsible for you moving in without consulting me. Wait, don't be so cold. We're family, aren't we? No, that's in the past. Goodbye. Hey, the conversation isn't over yet. Don't hang up. There's nothing more to discuss with you. What are we supposed to do? We didn't know the house was sold. What you do is your problem. It has nothing to do with me. Don't say that. Please help us. How are we supposed to live? Well, I could let you stay there, but... Really? That's very understanding of you, Anna. If you really want to stay there, you'll have to buy the house. What? Otherwise, you'll have to leave. Buy it? We don't have that kind of money. Then you'll have to give up. I had already discussed selling the house, and you moved in without permission. Don't be so cold. I thought the family would help each other. Family? We have no relationship now. You should solve your own problems. But even Derek says he wants to live here. If Derek wants to live here, then you should pool your money and buy the house. That's impossible. Then we'll have to sue for trespassing. Sue us? Please don't do that. We have nowhere else to go. It's your fault for trying to live in my house without permission. Please, just let us stay a little longer. No, it's impossible. You staying here without my permission is against the law. So, what should we do? Just leave quickly, before you get sued for trespassing. Even after all my pleading, it's still no? Exactly. I don't want to be involved with you anymore, so please leave immediately. You're really cold-hearted. If that's what you think, fine. There's nothing more to discuss. Goodbye. After that, my in-laws had no choice but to leave the house. The threat of suing for trespassing must have worked, as they were gone within a few days. Having already sold their old home, they had nowhere to go and ended up moving from one friend or relative's place to another for a while. But they couldn't stay anywhere for long, and eventually had to settle in a rundown apartment. It was likely her haughty attitude that left no one willing to help. As for Derek, his pride prevented him from finding a new job after he lost his previous one. Unable to sustain himself without a job, he ended up living with his mother in the rundown apartment. Both of them couldn't endure the poor living conditions and gradually became mentally distressed. After the divorce was finalized, I focused even more on my career and dedicated myself to my work. As a result, I got promoted and achieved a higher position and income. Now my work is my passion, but I do hope to find someone I can truly love and possibly get married again in the future.